After the mediocrity that was Aquaman 2, I was really hoping that 2024 could prove as a course correction for modern day cinema. Unfortunately, Night Swim is the second water-themed movie that I have seen in a row that has decided to double down on the mediocrity and make me question why I go to the movies anymore. Or why I have a channel dedicated to watching movies. Forgive me if you get deja vu, but I won't be taking too much of your time up with this review, as I don't have a whole lot to say about this movie. This movie is hard to talk about because there's almost nothing to talk about. You see, with an absurd concept like a haunted swimming pool, I was hoping that the movie would go in a sort of campy direction, and there are little hints of that, but for the most part, it plays it completely straight, which is such a waste of potential for such a funny little premise. However, it's the director's vision. They wanted to take it seriously, and you know what? I get it. They did what they wanted to do. Doesn't mean that I have to like it. It did something a lot worse than being bad. It decided to be boring as balls. This movie is so painfully average. It doesn't do anything super terrible, but at the same time, it doesn't do anything that great either. The atmosphere is fine. The cinematography is fine. The scares are, well, those are just practically non-existent. The acting is fine, and I don't blame the actors per se, as there's not really a whole lot to work with in this movie. And the premise is, once again, fine. Let me go into that premise a little bit more. You see, Night Swim is actually about a haunted swimming pool, and there's a pretty decent scene at the beginning of this movie that feels a lot like a haunted pool short film, and it feels like this little short film that's at the beginning of the movie was like an actual short film that they showed the studio, and then Blumhouse was like, what if we made this short film into an hour and 30-minute movie? Well, it might seem like a good idea to take a short film premise and expand it to an hour and 30-minute runtime. As we've seen in the past, I believe the movie Lights Out was based off of a short film, and I actually think that that movie is pretty good. Unfortunately, where Lights Out succeeded though in taking that concept and fleshing it out, Night Swim feels like they're taking that concept and adding in a bunch of filler with characters making a bunch of stupid decisions that they try to justify, but at the end of the day, it's never believable. You still always think, why don't they just get out of Dodge? Why do they keep swimming in this pool? And they try to have this manufactured motivation for why this main character would want to stay in the pool, and it's this baseball subplot that honestly feels like it came out of left field. I don't recommend that you rush out to see Night Swim. However, if you're just with a couple of buddies or friends that like horror movies, I guess it's not the worst way you could spend your time, but it's not the best way either. While I was bored, I'm not like mad at the movie, but I'm not like happy with it either. It is just so aggressively mediocre, which is the worst thing a movie can be, because I am just left feeling nothing. And yeah, that's my review of Night Swim. I know, uneventful. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer and seem like a hater, but man, this movie and Aquaman 2 had me bored to tears. Please smash that subscribe button and comment down below. What's your most anticipated movie of 2024? There's a couple of interesting things. I'm looking forward to the movie Argyle on February 3rd. I'm thinking that one's going to be a lot of fun. Also, stay tuned for my review of Mean Girls. That's going to be coming out pretty soon after this. So subscribe. And with that, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later.